motherfucking money, nigga, believe that. Gotta make this money, man. Gotta make this money, bro. My emo anywhere till I die. Big money. This money, man. Gotta make this money, bro. My emo anywhere.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Wrestling Rants and Reviews. As always, I'm your host, Big Mike, and this is episode 89. That's right. Moving along with the episodes here, and I want to talk a little about, maybe rant a little about the PG era versus TV-14. Everybody, not just as of late, but the last year, 2 years, whatever, how long ever wrestling's went PG, has been complaining and sitting on their asses or standing up and shouting or just flapping their gums. They want TV-14. They don't want PG wrestling. Why don't you want PG wrestling? Because you want blood and guts? Is that all you want it for, TV-14? So you can see blood? You know, if you want to see blood, you know, you can always go to TNA because they always have it, no matter what, even when it's not called for. Blood is not wrestling. You know? So what? You have a Hell in a Cell. Yeah, there might be blood. But you know what? You're just calling for the hardcore style when you want blood in your matches. What do you want? PG? You want to go back to the Attitude Era? Where things were a little more risque? Where you seen like bra and panty matches? Or more people, you know? I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. What was so much different? The storylines? Are you here to watch wrestling, or are you here to watch the fucking Young and the Restless? That's what I want to know. You all sit there and scream, we want wrestling, we want wrestling, we want good wrestling. You don't even want fucking good wrestling, because you can still have good wrestling and not bleed all over the fucking place, or show fucking bra and panties, or drink beer, or sleep with fucking mannequins in a fucking coffin. What do you want? You know, there's no era like the Attitude Era, and I mentioned that before, because it was different. It was the first ofs. It was innovative. You've seen the first this, you've seen the first that, you've seen everything for the first time. The reason why wrestling is stale now is not because it's PG. It's because it's all been done before. They're not being creative like they used to be. You know, the Elimination Chamber when it came was fucking amazing. Money in the Bank when it first came was amazing. You know, even before the Attitude Era, you had the first ladder match at WrestleMania 10. Razor Ramon and HBK, that was amazing. First Things were great. You know, the Hell in a Cell, you know, when it first came, it was great. You know, that's what made the times of wrestling great back then. Not because it was TV-14 opposed to PG. You know, the storylines were more risky, or risque, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know, Lita and Dean Malenko sleeping in hotel rooms. What is Edge live sex celebration? You know, sure, that shit was entertainment. That shit was storylines. But yet today you sit here and say PG sucks. Okay, we don't have those risky storylines, like I said. But you know what? At the same time, you say you want better wrestling. The wrestling on TV sucks. That's what you should be fucking complaining about. Not fucking Young and the Restless storylines or fucking Days of Your Lives drama bullshit. You want drama? Stay here in the fucking IWWS. You know? Because that's all you guys obviously care about. You don't fucking view people's channels for fucking wrestling talk anymore. And you're obviously not viewing the fucking product on TV for wrestling. You just want to see fucking risky storylines. You want to see fucking people being thrown off bridges in the fucking water. You want to see people riding down on fucking Zambonis and milk trucks and fucking monster trucks. You don't care about wrestling. So you're all a bunch of fucking hypocrites, really. Seriously. You sit here at the same time and say you want good wrestling. You want the Attitude Era back. You want TV-14 back. What do you want? You don't need to be all those things to have a good wrestling match. Wrestling in the ring is wrestling. Bottom line. don't need to fucking be cutting yourself, like I said, to have blood all over the place to have a good wrestling match. So that's where I'm getting with you guys. Everybody, not everybody, but a good portion, 75% of you guys that want all the good times back, you don't want them back because there was good wrestling. You want them back for the fucking entertainment of it all. And that's what WWE is giving you right now. Sure, they're giving you the Smurfs when you should be getting fucking natural born killers. But entertainment's entertainment. You just want blood and guts. Go rent a fucking Friday the 13th movie then. You know, or whatever. That's my problem. That's my rant for today. You guys want everything but wrestling. But at the same time you say, I want wrestling. What would you rather have? That's my question to all of you out there. What would you rather have? Great wrestling or compelling storylines? What do you want? Do you want Austin versus McMahon again? Do you want Triple H sleeping with a fucking dummy in a coffin? Do you want Triple H giving roofies to fucking Stephanie McMahon so he can marry her to be in the company? Do you want Stephanie to be fucking buried on a cross or crucified on a cross? Do you want people throwing off bridges? If that's what you want, that's not wrestling. You just want storylines. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to name the video I just saw, but this is what made me think. Because I was thinking, you know, the PG era sucks. But it sucks for storylines. You know, because it's not hardcore. You know, it's not explicit enough. But you put TV-14, you know, with PG, like, it's not going to make the difference in wrestling. You can have a wrestling match and be PG. You can still do your flips and your flops and your fucking dives and, you know, all that other shit. You can do that. So what? You're not bleeding while you do it. That's the only difference between TV-14 and PG is the blood. You take that out, you still have a great wrestling match. Sin Cara versus Danielson, or Daniel Bryan, whatever he goes by now, on SmackDown last week. Very good television match for WWE. Probably their best match on television in a long time, opposed from some things at pay-per-views. And it's PG, so I'm guessing you guys don't fucking care about wrestling anymore. You know? For all you guys saying, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. If everything fucking sucks, then why are you watching? You know? You're not watching for wrestling. You're watching for the fucking storylines, and that's why you want a TV-14. I know everybody takes what they want out of wrestling, whether it be storyline or good talent and good action and good wrestling, but you can't want both. You know, what do you want? Like I said, tell me in my comments, what would you rather have? TV-14 or good wrestling? You know? Because that's the only difference in TV-14 and PG is the storyline shit. You know, that's all I can say. That's the only difference. And maybe not the blood. You don't need blood to have a match. You know, you still have everything else. So whether you stayed with me this far or not, I'm just tired of everybody saying wrestling. You know, I'm with you guys. You know, I think WWE wrestling sucks. You know, you can take anybody and say, I'm going to give you a contract, but they stick you in Florida Championship down in Florida, FCW, and they reorganize you. They take everything you learned and change it to a WWE style. And that's what sucks. You know, very, very seldom do you get to actually show how great you really are. You know? So I don't even know where I was going with that. I think wrestling needs to get better, not the storylines. And that's just that. So either agree with me or you don't. I don't care. Because my opinion's my opinion, just like yours is yours. But the only difference between bottom line, the only difference between TV 14 and PG is the storylines. That's it. The TV 14 or PG doesn't make how good a wrestling match is. So, if you want good wrestling, watch ROH. Watch TNA. Even though the endings and the finishes in TNA are fucked because they're overbooked, the stuff in the middle is always good. You know, you get the odd good match of the WWE like you did Sin Cara and Danielson, or Bryan Daniel, or Daniel Bryan. You know, you get that once in a while. You know, or sometimes you get a Del Rio and Mysterio when they hook it up and do good on a pay-per-view. You know, but your main eventers aren't giving you your good wrestling. So what do you want? Storylines or wrestling? The choice is yours. Until I see you again, that was my rant for today, and I'll see you on the flip side.